Give it on to God, to his great pastor, real quick. God bless him and his lovely wife, to my wife, Sister Taylor. God bless you. Man, let's stand up real quick. Amen. Let them know you're here. Amen. 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 We spread out for purpose. That way if something happened in him, amen, we will spread it out. Amen. We know how to get to you. Amen. Amen. To this great cloud of preachers in the house, all over the place, we thank God for you. Amen. My text tonight, amen, comes from Luke, amen, 23 and 43, amen, where it says, and Jesus said unto him, verily I say, amen, unto thee, today thou shalt be with me in paradise. Yes. Amen. If I had to tag this tonight, amen, I would tag it with, amen, amen, in paradise. Amen. I would tag it with nothing but a good time. All right now. Real quick. When you look at the text, Jesus said, you're going to be with me in paradise. Paradise is a place where we esteem delight, beauty, and happiness. Amen. It is a supernatural happiness of bliss. It comes, amen, to let us know that we are in a good place. Y'all gonna catch on in a minute. Amen. So what I'm telling you is that happiness and good times are married together when you know Jesus. No matter what you're going through, let me let you look through the eyes of this thief on the right. Because this is who he's talking to here. This thief on the right has asked God, he said, Lord, remember me when you come into thy kingdom. Now watch what he did. This man worshiped on hanging on the cross. How do you know he was worshiping? Because he called him Lord. You don't call nobody Lord unless you have, amen, a personal relationship with worship. So he was worshiping on the cross. Watch it. If you look through his eyes, he was telling the next man, he said, shut up, boy, because we are already crooks. Do I got some ex-crooks in the house? Do I got some of y'all? Don't look at me like that. All of you in here ain't never ex-crooks. Y'all have done something to somebody. I didn't even go there. I'm visiting all y'all ex-crooks in here. So this man was looking. Now watch what was happening here on the cross. Jesus was on the cross here. Now watch this. Suffering and pain had already showed up. And death was on its way. In the middle of what was going on, this man was worshiping God and letting everybody else know, now listen, while I'm worshiping, you got to be quiet. If you ain't going to shout with me, if you ain't going to clap with me, if you ain't going to cry with me, you got to just shut up. Look at your neighbor and say, hush now. Yeah. That's what the old church said, hush. Somebody called him my name. And so he said, now you got to shut up because I'm worshiping, because, see, I see something in this man that you don't see. And see, what I'm telling you is quit trying to be with everybody because everybody can't see what God has shown you. Oh, you ain't going to help me in here tonight. When God starts to show you something, you don't need people to pat you on the back. You don't need people to help you out. This man was on the cross by himself. He said, Lord, remember me. When everything I've done, I deserve to be where I'm at. But when you come into your kingdom, Lord, remember me. Lord, I got my dollar, y'all. Better tell your neighbor, Lord, I need you to remember me. Jesus must have looked down, and when he got out of heaven, stepped out of eternity over every time, but he said, somebody said, remember me. He got on the cross. He hung there, bled, and died. He had to know. Somebody said, remember me. I want you to look back over your life and look at where God brought you from. You ain't got somebody that's crazy enough to look. Oh, you ain't helping me out tonight. I said, you ain't got anybody that don't mind. When you look back over your life, you can see what God has done for you. You may have been a crook in your life. You may have been a backbiter or a liar. You may have been one of those that talked about everybody. You may have now you come out of drug habits. You may have come out of alcohol. You may have come out of sleeping around, but you ought to say, Lord, even in my bad state, if you would just remember me, Lord, I know I don't deserve it, but Lord, remember me.